What's up guys, welcome to Blake's Garage. So today what we're gonna do is work on that TPMS sensor light on our dash. So if you guys have aftermarket wheels and haven't replaced the TPMS sensors, or you run 2 sets of wheels, you know that you can basically only register 1 TPMS sensor set to the car at one time. You can't clone them or do anything like that. So what ends up happening is when you swap your wheels from one set to another, you end up with that light. Get rid of that guy right there. Now, no, we're gonna get rid of it. What we're gonna do first is remove the bezel right here. So basically this just kind of pulls off. You can just pretty much just yank on it a bit. This is what it looks like when it pulls off the car. You're able to pull off kind of this whole assembly. You can go ahead and set that aside. Now what you're gonna see is you're gonna have access to your speedometer, odometer, and all your gauges over here. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and take these screws out in the top here. So these are just Phillips screws, this one here, got this one here. Once you unscrew those screws, then what you're gonna wanna do is just basically yank out on this until it pulls out. You're gonna have a wiring harness on it, obviously. So we're gonna have to go behind there and disconnect the tab. That's what it looks like without a speedometer in your car. Here's that cable right here. All you gotta do is press down on this piece right here. You can see right there, there's the connection. That's where we're gonna pull it out of. All right guys, so the fix for this is actually just gonna be a black piece of paper. So you can use actually plastic if you want to or something like that. But this is the idea. See this? Super bright. If we slide it up behind there, boom. We're just gonna block out all of the light that's coming through that light bulb. So what we're gonna do is just cut out a strip of paper, slide it in there, and it's gonna block the light. So pressing down on all these tabs right here, so what we're doing here is essentially just taking off this front piece, that way we can get to where we wanna get. So now what we're gonna do is you can see where that light usually shows up, right? You guys can kind of see where the light is. We are gonna take this, kind of peel it up just a bit, and then we're gonna slide that little piece of paper up underneath there. What I'm gonna do is just cut this strip of paper real quick. So that's the idea here. We just basically take this, slip it right in there, and then what we're gonna need to do is figure out how deep it needs to go. So with this like this, what I'm gonna do is basically just take this back out. I'm gonna click this stuff back on. What you can tell is if I move it up a little bit farther, you can see that I'm getting in the way of kind of like the battery piece. So I know that right there, that is the perfect spot for that. Oh yeah guys, so when I took this out, I had the car on because it's really hot outside. When I did that, it must have some sort of voltage regulator, or the computer needs something from the gauges right here, because it killed off my battery as soon as I turned that off. So I'm charging the battery right now, but that's besides the point. So don't do that, learn from my mistake right there. So just kind of get it into place, and then you should just be able to push. Now that's after you align that little piece of paper. We're just gonna leave that little guy just kind of hanging out. That way we, if we ever need to access it or anything, we know where it's at and it's easy to get to. So I'm just kind of gonna tuck it under there. Now we're gonna go ahead and put the screws back in the top of the bezel. All right, so I went ahead and tightened down those 2 screws right there. So now this bezel is all back in. Then what we can do is click the original fascia bezel thingy back on. And we're just gonna put it up there, kind of give it a few whacks, and it'll go all back into place. All right guys, so there it is. You can see no TPMS sensor is on. So we just slid that little piece of paper right up there behind that area, and it is fully lit, but you can't see it. If you want to reverse the process, you can just pull off the bezel, take out those 2 screws, and rip out that little piece of paper. So yeah guys, that's how you go ahead and fix that up, and you won't have that light on that you've had on your car for like a year or 2 years or whatever the fact is, because you know you've had that thing on for days. So anyways guys, thanks a lot for watching the video. Hope you liked it. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Later guys, wrench on. But it's pretty awesome. These are only $80 a piece guys, so check out that link below. If it says that they're out of stock, they restock like in a matter of a week.